What's up guys? Last week I talked about some tips that you can use to simplify your life, and as promised, today is going to be part 2, so I'm going to give you some more tips that you can use to simplify your life. If you haven't seen the first video, don't worry. These tips are in no particular order, so you can just watch this video first and watch the first video afterwards. I post a new video every Thursday, so if you like these videos, subscribe so you don't miss out. But for now, let's start with 5 tips you can use to simplify your life. My first tip for simplifying your life that I'm going to talk about today is to simplify your wardrobe. Now, I'm someone who used to have a very large wardrobe. I had probably 50 or 60 t-shirts. I had tons of shirts and sweatshirts and all kinds of different pants. And to be honest, I didn't wear most of them. And all these clothes just took up so much space in my closet. And they also took up a lot of time and attention, because every morning I would have to choose something and it would waste time and attention every morning. And by simplifying your wardrobe, you can remove some clutter from your closet, and you can also free up time and attention for the things that matter more. If you want to simplify your wardrobe, there are 2 strategies that I can recommend to you. The first one is to adopt a personal uniform. That is what I did. I noticed that I always gravitated towards the same black t-shirt, and so I decided to just buy a lot of black t-shirts and just wear black t-shirts, and it makes my life so much easier. I never have to think about what I'm going to wear. I just pick one of the many black t-shirts I have. You might have noticed that many successful people use that strategy, like Mark Zuckerberg, Barack Obama or Steve Jobs. All these people choose to wear the same thing every day, so they have more willpower and attention left for all the important decisions they will have to make that day. A second strategy that is less extreme is to build a capsule wardrobe. That means that you have a small wardrobe with basic pieces that fit well together, and therefore you have the maximum amount of outfits with the minimum amount of pieces. So you might, for example, have 1 pair of jeans and 1 pair of black pants, and then have a white t-shirt, a gray t-shirt and a black t-shirt, and you can interchange all those things and create a lot of different outfits. I personally have somewhat of a mix of these 2 strategies. I wear black t-shirts every day, but I also have some white t-shirts and I have pants in different colors. So if I want to, I can create different outfits for special occasions. My next tip for simplifying your life is to move to a smaller home. I think when we choose to rent or buy a home, many of us look at our budget and then we buy the biggest and nicest home that we can afford with the money that we have. But I think a much smarter approach would be to look at our needs and look at what size of home really makes sense for us and what is the smallest home that fulfills our needs. Because let's face it, homes are really expensive, and a big house also takes a lot of time to clean. So a smaller home will save you a lot of time and money. A smaller home will also give you a lot of freedom, because it's a lot easier to move when you don't have so much stuff that you have to move around with you. Another great way to simplify your life is to cook your own food. When you eat at a restaurant or you buy takeout or ready-to-eat meals from a supermarket, you don't really know what's in there, and often it's not very healthy and it's usually pretty expensive. So by cooking your own meals, you don't only save money, but you also do something for your health. But I believe that there's more to it. Cooking your own food is really an opportunity to slow down and to be really mindful and present in the moment and connect with the food that you're eating. You might even, if you have the space, grow some vegetables or some herbs and grow some of the ingredients you eat yourself, and in that way you can really connect to your food and you can really know where your food comes from and connect to your food. And I think that this is really grounding, and it's a great exercise in mindfulness. Another tip that really helps me to simplify my life is to build buffers into your schedule. Whether it comes to our jobs or to chores at home, we tend to schedule our days really back to back with no breaks in between. And whenever there's a small opening, we try to fill it as fast as possible with something useful. And in that way, we never have time to recharge or just to take a moment to take a deep breath and calm down. But instead we always have to rush from one thing to the next, and I think that this is really stressful. So what I like to do is to schedule small breaks into my day, and that allows me to recharge, and also when I work on something and it takes a little bit longer, I don't have to worry because I have that buffer. And if I'm done on time, that means I have some time for myself and I can just take a break and recharge. The last tip I want to talk about today, I think, is the most important of all those tips, and it is to do one thing at a time. That means that when you do something, you really give it your full attention. When you do the dishes, you just do the dishes. When you go for a walk, you just go for a walk. And really be present and enjoy the present moment and be mindful, become aware of all the sensations, of all the sounds, of the feelings, of the smells, and this makes every moment so much more rich. Often we think we have to make these huge life changes if we want to live a more simple life, but the truth is that often the present moment is already very simple, and there's a lot of simplicity in this moment right now. Just think about all the things you do in a day, like preparing your meal or eating or cleaning or brushing your teeth. All these things are inherently very simple, but we tend to make our lives very complicated because we always bring problems from the past and the future into this present moment, and we try to do different things at once, or we worry and are anxious while we are doing something, and we never really take time to appreciate the present moment and just do one thing at a time. And this really makes our life unnecessarily complicated. There already is so much simplicity in our life, and by focusing on the present moment, we can really bring a lot of simplicity back into our lives. And the best thing about this tip is that you can start right now. So what I want to invite you to do today is, after this video, take a short break before you go on with your day, and before all these different worries that you have rush back in. Just take a short break and take 5 deep breaths and really just only focus on your breath and don't do anything else. And you will see that this really is a great way to bring simplicity into your life and to calm down, to remove stress from your life. And I think that's a great way to end this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got some value out of it. I hope you found it interesting and enjoyable. If you did, please like this video. This helps my channel a lot. Also comment if you have any more suggestions for simplifying your life, or if you have any questions. I usually respond to all comments that I get. And if you want to see more of my videos, don't forget to subscribe. As I said, I post new videos every Thursday, and I will see you guys, if you want, in my next video.